Good afternoon, no, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome to Radio Works World. I am your success host. My name is Stephen Haggerty, and I'm here today to share my story, give some value, have a conversation, and just have some fun. That's what life is all about. It's about fun. You start having fun, then you start enjoying the finer things in life, the small things in life, and that's what will help you propel forward. So I'm going to just start with my about me. Who is Stephen Haggerty? Who am I? So I am an entrepreneur through and through. It is in my blood. I walk it, I breathe it, I talk it. Everything I do is always, it's like clogs turning around in my mind. That's how it works. When I was 11, I was selling CDs to my friends in the playground for £5 a pop when illegal downloading just came out, but it's past the 7 years, so I can't be arrested or anything like that, so it's all fine. I would ask my mum to just buy me blank CDs, the stacks of blank CDs, and she did question it after probably the third or fourth time within a couple of weeks I was asking for blank CDs, but she supported, she's amazing. And then at age 13, 14, I set up a website design company. It was always a hobby of mine. Did that until I was about 18, expanded it into website hosting as well during that time. So 18, 19, I kind of wound that down because I was a little bit frustrated from just, I couldn't take it where I wanted it to go. So I sort of sold off part of the hosting company, didn't make any substantial money or anything like that to brag about, sadly. And then since then, I've been doing lots of different projects and having things that work, things that don't work. So the reason I am where I am now, and where I am now is that I'm an empowering coach and a speaker. The reason I am here now is because I found my passion. And there's going to be some hashtag real talk on this show tonight. So if you're ready for that, we can do that. But I was always doing these projects, always doing these ideas. And it was at the time of doing them and at the time of creating them, at the time of working on them, it always felt in the back of my mind that this is something that I feel is something I should be doing. Or no, it's more I'm forcing myself to like this. I'm going, okay, I'm an entrepreneur. This is what the sort of companies entrepreneurs have. This is what I should be doing to class myself as an entrepreneur. But that's not the case, okay? That's not the case. This is, entrepreneurism is all about the way you live your life and the way you go about things. So I'm one of those people, like I said earlier, that has always got ideas coming around their head. But when I was doing these, when I was doing these projects, there was always that inkling in the back of my head that actually this isn't what I want to be doing. And that's why, I'll be honest, not all the projects worked out, not all the projects and businesses that I've had went to plan. The most recent one is I set up a recruitment company last year, and I thought that was my passion at the time. I thought, you know what, that's going to be really good. That's going to be a lot of fun. But it just wasn't. I didn't click with it. I wasn't emotionally attached to it. So I actually, I stopped doing it after it was nearly a year. I stopped doing it after nearly a year. And that whole connection with something goes through everything. It's not about having a successful business. When I say, I'm a success host, I'm not talking about business. I'm talking about in life. And once you be successful in life, then every part of your life will reflect that. Whether that is your business, whether that is your relationship, whether that is just your personal life, your work life. How many other lives are there in this world? Any aspect of your life. as an empowerment coach, it's all about figuring out your mindset and enabling you to have the tools to change, and give you these tools to help you progress, and give you the tools to use them at any point, any part of your life. And that's what is magic, because that is the key. Honestly, that is the key, because if you're just going to be focused on one thing, so for example, you have an amazing job and you're just like, okay, this is where I'm going to go and I want that promotion. You're going to focus all your energy on there, and you will forget about certain aspects of your life. And then when you have that promotion, you may or may not feel like it isn't everything you thought it would be, because you're putting all your focus on that, and you're missing out on the other areas of your life that actually could possibly help you do even better during that promotion. Everything is linked. Okay, so it's all one big like spider's web, and it's all linked. Nothing is not linked. Whatever you do in your life will always have, every action has a reaction, as they say. And that is what success is. It's about having a understanding of as many aspects of your life as possible, and controlling those aspects of your life and knowing where you want them to go. Because it's not about having millions in the bank. It's not about employing 200 people. It's not about working your way up to the top of the business, because you're going to be missing so many things. Life is about the energy you give it. If you're giving off this amazing positive energy, you're going to reflect that back onto you. And it's almost undescribable about how much you can affect where you can take your life, rather than you're going to meet people in your life that will always say to you, oh, I can't do that because John said down the road said I can't, or something like that. But they have the tools to get wherever you want. What I always say, and it's on my business cards, it's everywhere, it says, your only limit is you. If you want something in life and you're connected with the values and beliefs that you have, then you will achieve it. No matter what situation you're in. If you're listening to this right now and if you have a goal, but it feels like it's unreachable, I promise you this, that you can reach it. I guarantee all you have to do is switch your focus, switch your mindset, observe it from a different angle. And this is where a lot of people kind of feel that frustration feeling, the feeling of, it's at the tip of your fingers, the end of your nose, those two sayings. It's because the focus and the connection wasn't there, or you're actually giving it a negative focus when you think you're giving it a positive focus. That's why you need to connect your beliefs and your values to things. Once you've connected your values and your beliefs, then you are truly, truly, truly unstoppable. Because if you're going after something that at the end of the day you don't really want, you're not going to get it. Or if you are going to get it, you're not going to get what you want out of it. And it's the symmetry in life that enables people to do this. If you close your eyes right now and you picture someone that you think is successful, just ask yourself what you think makes them successful. Because all those answers that you're giving yourself right now can be applied to you. Because it's not where people are that counts. It's the journey that gets them to where they are. And it's the journey that gets you to where you are right now listening to this. If you're listening to this right now, you're you're already getting extra value that some people might not be, because they couldn't tune in tonight, or they couldn't watch this replay, or they might not just be interested. But once you start giving yourself permission to change and giving yourself permission to go after what you truly, truly want, okay, this is the key. The second key, this is the key. Only go after the things that you're truly, truly wanted in life. It's not about buying, it's not about having X amount in the bank. It's not about having the flash car, the flash watches. Because if that's what you want, that stuff will come if you have a connection with a value that will enable that. And it's not about having the possessions, comparing yourself. Yeah, that's it, comparing yourself to other people. Because once you start comparing yourself, you assume. And when you when you assume things about other people, you're normally wrong, because you don't know their story. You don't know their journey. And the way I got into coaching and the way I got into speaking is because when I lived in France for 8 years, and I moved back to London in September 2014. And at the time I was working in Mayfair, and I'd walk through Green Park every day. And I would literally see the same people every day dragging themselves to work. And hey, that was my perception of that. I thought that's what they were reflecting onto me. But it made me so aware of how connected I am with my own life, about where I am, how connected I am with what I want. I won't put myself in a situation that I'm not going to be happy in, because I'm aware that I don't have to put myself in those situations. But when I was walking through Green Park every single morning, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, I'd see the same people running to catch the train home, or, doing their work on the train in the mornings, or, when you go on the tube and everyone's just packed in and someone nudges someone, and then that person that's got nudged will allow that one pointless moment in their day to affect them. And it was all these things that just started clicking to me, that actually I'm not like that. I don't think like that. So I kind of stumbled upon coaching, because I'd actually realized I have been living my life for the past couple of years through the coaching mentality and that success mentality. And then obviously I did training and things like that. And speaking is the same thing. I've always been the person to say why not rather than why. Because the more you say why not, the more doors you're going to open. And it's all about opening doors so you can continue your journey. If you come up with an obstacle, there's a way around it. Life is going to throw obstacles at you. There's no doubt. And to be honest, if life didn't throw obstacles at you, personally, I would find that quite boring. I don't know about you, but it's this mindset, and this, not even your mindset, it's about everything. My energy that I give off, the way I walk down the street, the way I open doors, the way I go sit on the tube, everything for me is raising me up, not bringing me down. Of course I'm human, so I'm going to get annoyed at some things, but I have the ability to go, okay, that's happened, but I'm not going to let that control or write the rest of my day, the rest of my week, the rest of my year. And you may be asking, Stephen, you've done the entrepreneur, you are an entrepreneur, you've had the businesses, you've had the projects, what's happened to make you think this? And obviously everyone has a story, and everyone has the light bulb moment. That's what I love seeing. When I do talks, or whenever I speak, or if I'm coaching people, everyone will have light bulb moments, and there will be more than one, and you will all have more than one. This right now might be your light bulb moment. And if it is, I love that, and I just think you are incredible. You are amazing because you're allowing yourself to have light bulb moments. My light bulb moment was when a very, very close friend of mine actually, she died, and she suffered from depression. She did this. That when I heard that news, it was like a lorry had hit me. I was like, boom. That was a massive light bulb moment, because before that happened, I was doing YouTube videos of positivity and things like that, but I wasn't giving myself 100% of what I should be doing to portray this or to reflect this, because I was doing it, and I wasn't giving it my everything. I wasn't, I wasn't emotionally connected to it as much as I should have. But that moment, that was my light bulb moment where, you know what, Stephen, this is what you should be doing. The clarity of when I discovered coaching and speaking versus my web design project, my web design company, my recruitment thing, all the other projects I've had, it's that clarity of just absolute certainty that this is what I should be doing and this is who I am. And all I want to do in life now, and all I've ever wanted to do, really, because this is the sort of person I am, is give value and to serve other people. I want to see my clients, people in the audience, you guys listening right now, I want to see you succeed in life. And like I said earlier, that's not money wise, that's not business wise, that's life. I want to see you succeed in life. And it all starts with giving yourself permission to allow yourself to succeed. Because since you were born, you have been conformed to think a certain way and do certain things. You go to school, all you got to do is focus on A-levels, focus on uni, focus on a job. But when have you sat back and focus on what you want, what you need, and why you need it? You need to connect with your why about what you're doing. Don't do things just to, if you're working just to get a mortgage or just to buy a house, then you need to connect with a more emotional why. Because once you connect with emotional why about things and have values and beliefs all connected with that, you will get your house, you will get your promotion, you will start your own business, you will figure out who you truly are a lot quicker and with so much more clarity. And my clients that I work with are all different ages. They're all, I think the youngest person I work with is 21 and the oldest is 60 plus. And everyone has different life situations, life experiences. They come to me for different things. I'm an empowerment coach, so the tools I give you, the coaching I give you isn't going to be specific to, relationships, but it will be so much more valuable because you can use it in your relationship, you can use it in your business, you can use it at work. It's about you. That's all it's about. Because once you give yourself permission and start developing yourself, you're going to be able to give off such better energy and so much more, light and just feel good, vibrations, all this stuff that at the moment you may feel like you're not actually doing. And if you feel like you're stuck in life and you feel like actually you don't know where you're going, you don't have goals, you're stuck in a job that you don't particularly like, you feel like this is what you have to be doing right now, that's okay. Because it's not about forcing yourself into these situations. It's about allowing yourself to get into these situations. So to start doing that, you start with the smallest things. So if you're walking down the street, I want you to start looking up, looking around you, start noticing things that you could be walking the same way to work for 10 years. I guarantee that if you start looking up and noticing things, you will start realizing you've been missing out on so much beauty in the world. And it's things like that, small little changes in your life that you can actively do. It will start planting a seed, and that seed will just grow into so much more. And I want you to have as much as possible in this life. I want you to have as much time with your family. I want you to have as much fun as possible. Life is not about going to school, working, and retiring. That is not what life is. Life is about enjoying the moments and cherishing this. And once you have that, that is when you can say you're successful. Because it's not about the businesses, like I said earlier. It's not about how many Facebook friends you have, how many likes you get on a photo you post. It's about doing what you truly care about to you. It's about feeling it and living your purpose, living your dreams. Because how many people do you think get to retirement age and then they say, oh, now I can do all the things I should have done? When I promise you, you can get retirement age and be like, what shall I do next? Because it's all about the next steps. It's all about moving forward. That's what coaching is. We give you the step. I work with you. We work together to put steps in place to reach your goals. And a lot of the time with clients, the goals change. Some people come to me with one goal, and once we actually look into things and connect with values, connect with beliefs, they actually go, oh, that's not my goal. My goal is this. And because they're so much more connected with that other goal, the new goal that they didn't even realize, that they will reach it, and they do reach it. They reach it with so much more abundance. I'm not sure if that's the right word to describe it, but abundance is a great word. Live your life with abundance. And I mean, shows like this, the Radio Works, it's global. It's reaching people and changing people's lives. How many people do you know that can change people's lives? The power of your voice can change someone's day, can change someone's week for the positive. Don't allow things to change your day, a week, year, month for the negative. Give yourself the control to say, okay, that's happened, but let's move on. Let's learn from it. There is no failure. There's only feedback. If you get something negative said to you, that's their view on something. That doesn't have to define you. And put all this together. Put all this in, package it up. Put everything together. Your values, your beliefs, your mindset, your energy, and use it to make you successful. Because I do not want people to come to me and say, Stephen, I did everything you said, but I don't feel successful. Because if that happens, the reason is because you're not connected to what you believe in. You're not connected to your values. And the best way to connect with values and beliefs, ask yourself questions. Write them down. Write what you think is down, what you think your values and beliefs are, and put them on a wall. Okay, just get a post-it note and write everything down. What do you think is valuable to you? What your beliefs are. Put them on a wall, and I want you to then step back and truly read them. Bunch them together if they're very similar, and then you will figure out you have a couple of core values, and then the beliefs and other aspects make up those values. And then say to yourself, is that true? Ask yourself, is that true? Is that really my value? Or is it something that you felt has to be your value? Because I want every single listener that has listened to the show, either live on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you find this show, I want to tell you that you are limitless. You have the potential to do anything you want to in this life. You have the potential to help people. You have the potential to give so much, whether that is in your personal life, your family, business, whatever. You have that potential. You have the potential to reach your wildest dreams. And the only person that will stop you reaching these is you. So I don't want you to not reach them, because I believe in you. I believe the fact that every single one of us can reach the dreams and the ambitions and the goals and the mountain that we have to climb to get where we want to be, because we all have the ability in ourselves. And I promise you, the fact that you're allowing yourself to listen to this, you're giving yourself permission to move forward. Use this moment right now as an anchor point to say, okay, no longer am I going to allow myself to not move forward. No longer am I going to stay stagnant. No longer am I going to put off things I can do today until tomorrow. Because, you know, tomorrow isn't for certain. That sounds cheesy because it gets said, you know, it's said a lot in films and things, but it's true. If you keep saying, oh no, I'll wait until next week, I'll wait until the right time, you know, the right time to do something, they're newsflash, oh my God, newsflash. There is no right time. There is no right time to do anything. For example, this show that I'm doing right now, the one you're listening to right now, there's no right time for me to do this. But I said, you know what, why not? I put myself out there. I said, yeah, I would love to do that. Because it can't go wrong. It's not going to kill me. It's not going to do anything bad. It's just me voicing, you know, what I truly believe makes someone successful. And if this can help anyone, even if it's one person out of 1,000 people, then that's worth it to me. That is worth it, hands down. This is my time spent wisely. And I'm learning doing this, because it's all about allowing yourself to learn. It's about allowing yourself to grow. Because once you stop growing, you're not going to step out of your comfort zone. And if you don't step out of your comfort zone, then you're not going to reach where you want to go, because where you want to go will inevitably be not in your comfort zone. Because if it was in your comfort zone, you would be there. And if you tell me I am where I want to go, I am where I want to be, I'm really happy, amazing. But I guarantee you that there'll be one aspect in your life that you can still push yourself. Because that's what life is about. We are just never ending. We're never stopping. We're never growing. We're never not growing. We're never not growing. We're always learning. And that's what I love about it. This is like it's like a non-stop roller coaster. There's going to be downs. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. But that energy you get from being on a roller coaster, that adrenaline, that's incredible. And you can use that same thinking in life. If you use that same thinking in doing everyday things, you're going to just make your life so much more positive, so much more full of, wait for that word again, abundance. I hope I get that word right. I don't know. But you have the ability to have so much fun in life and enjoy every single moment. Enjoy the moments with your family. Enjoy the moments with your friends. Enjoy the moments that you even feel down. Because I promise you that those moments are short-lived in the long run. In the big aspects of things, in the big worldwide of life, the moments that you were feeling at the lowest will allow you to get to the moments that you were at the highest. Everyone has to have low moments to get to where they want to be. Life is not like a simple straight line up. Life is just, like I said, a roller coaster. It's going to be everywhere. But every direction you go in this mad roller coaster, you're going to be learning. if you're sat here tonight, if you're listening to this and you feel depressed, if you feel down, anything like that, harness this negative energy that you have and use it to propel yourself forward. So you can tell yourself, you can say to yourself, okay, I feel like this, but I don't have to feel like this tomorrow. I don't have to feel like this next week. I don't have to feel like this next month. I don't have to feel like this next year. You can put the steps in place now, today, tonight, right now, in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. You have the power in you. You have that power to change the focus of your day. So if you've woken up and you feel groggy, if you feel negative, if you feel sad, if you feel down, you have the power to switch that to make it go the other way. It's like driving down and there's a fork in the road. Are you going to go down the left road or are you going to go down the right road? Because each one you have the power to go down. And if you're going down that negative, that sad road, I promise you, you have the energy in yourself to bring yourself out of that. And that's what we, as a coach, we love seeing. We love seeing you go from a place where you might have some limited beliefs, you might have this, you might have that, to a place where you are just flying high. But you're flying high with the knowledge of how to get back to this high point. Because in life, you may dip that back into this, into the down days. You might. I have down days every now and then. I have days where I'm like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. But I harness my energy and go, no. Because if I stay in bed, if I'm just going to stay in bed and watch Netflix all day, that's not helping me where I want to go in life. It's helping me do nothing in life and helping me waste time. But then I also do, I give myself that time because you have to. I'm not saying that I am someone that is 24/7, 365 days a year. If I feel that I need a couple of hours break in a day, I'll give that to myself because I know that actually in the long run, in the whole 24 hours a day and in the week, those few hours will actually benefit me. And don't make yourself feel guilty for times like that. If you're doing it for 23 hours a day, then you can feel a bit guilty because if someone comes to me and says, Stephen, I'm not where I want to be. Okay, let's talk about your day. Well, I wake up, I stick on the TV, I watch it until about lunchtime, make some lunch, stick on the TV again. Then in the evening, I'll make some dinner and play some Xbox and go to bed. I would say to them, okay, let's reflect on that day. At what point are you putting steps in place to actually get where you want to be? So, take everything with a pinch of salt. I tell everyone this because there's so much information out there that is given to you. There's so much information out there for personal development, for this, for that you have to take everything with a pinch of salt because you have to take your own twist on things and make them reflect, make them emotionally connect to you. And it's just, once you figure this out and once we have this abundance, I love that word tonight, abundance, great word. And, you have all these tools in your toolkit. That's what makes you successful. I want to make it so that you're at that peak level as often as possible. And like I said, if you dip down, we bring you back up. You bring yourself back up. That is the magic. That is success. And you're spending time with your family. You're spending time with your friends. You're spending time with yourself. You're giving yourself permission. I've said it a lot tonight. You have, because not enough of us give ourselves permission to do what we truly want to be doing. And that's what I did for me. I gave myself permission to go, okay, Stephen, you think that those are the entrepreneurial ways that you are doing, but no. Once I connected with coaching and speaking, it was the clarity that said, no, Stephen, this is it. And I've made a business out of this. And I'm launching a new business this week, actually. And it's going to be, it's all going to be connected with personal development mindset because I want to just give you guys value. I want to see people succeed in this world. And that is the magic. And I hope I've kind of portrayed this in a good way tonight. And I don't know how much time I've got left or anything like that. I'm just free rolling. How much time do I have left? Do you know? Do you know? Anyone know?
You have all the time in the world, Stephen.
All the time I want. So okay, let me ask you some questions. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So what is your reason of setting this up, Radio Works?
Well, I don't think it was a reason or I planned for it. Just happened and snowballed over the last couple of years. And last year, somebody who is my media coach said, why don't you put everything into a radio station? And I started laughing. I thought, you must be kidding. How can I get a radio station? Anyway, so the point is that it's something I really enjoyed. I retired over 4 years ago from my business, and I was 51 years old.
Oh, wow.
Even I'm 55 years young.
Exactly.
So this is exactly what you are talking about. I felt that before I retired, I was always living somebody else's life, and I had a to-do list, and I was damn good at it. People thought I'm successful, but I didn't feel successful because success is not something you achieve or you chase. It's something you feel inside. And I feel since I started this journey and I start hoovering the planet for big ideas, for great people, total strangers, I discover how much brilliance is out there. And another thing I discover, Stephen, I discover that I'm one of those total strangers. With big ideas.
Exactly. And look what you've done with your idea.
And you see, it's just happening. I had a dream. I had a big dream. And then I turned it into a vision. And then the vision starts becoming the present moment. And I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, the latest, because I can't wait to get out of bed and get in touch with people from 26 countries now. Hopefully, with your help, with my listeners' help, there will be 100 countries soon where people are listening from and broadcasting from. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the daylight, you know. And it's that feeling that I feel inside. And it's not something I'm chasing, because before it was all about external goals. I had to deliver each month certain goals to pay for the mortgages, to pay my staff, to pay everything, that it was my commitment. But I had no commitment to myself.
Exactly. And so you feel like you're more connected with it now.
Yes. So then I realized I have to take responsibility for who I am, for who I feel I am. Forget what other people think of me. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. So you see, I feel that this is the journey into serendipity. I turned the race I had for all my life, and people felt that, oh, she's successful, and I felt nothing about it. I know now that I trade that race for the greatest journey of my life, and I'm so grateful. And I feel so humbled you being here tonight and sharing your story and sharing this moment when you realize that must be more to life, and you are so young and beautiful, and this is all about you taking responsibility for your own divine essence. And that word abundance that is coming on tonight, you know, I never heard that word before while I was in the race, while I was chasing the next big house, the next big car, the next whatever it was that I had to chase and never ends. But since I start looking inside,
you're full of abundance.
I realize that I have so much. No matter how much I give, I never get tired. I'm always happy. I'm always excited. And I can't wait to give some more. And this airtime, you know, you're right, it's limitless.
It is.
And we are what we make of it.
Exactly. And you're making, this is the thing, you're you're not saying this is what you want to happen. You're doing it. This is what is happening. You're taking action. You're allowing yourself to say, you know what, I want this to go global, and it's gone global. And now because of this, it's going to be another snowball. It's going to just keep going and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's amazing. And the passion that you have in your voice for this, I'm just like, I love it. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. I love talking to people that have that passion. And every single listener to this show and everybody that we meet, that you meet on an everyday basis, has a passion. Every single person has a passion. Everyone has more than one passion. And imagine if everyone we met and everyone that was on the show had the same passion that you have in your voice. How crazy would this world become? But
it's about to, Stephen.
Exactly, which is good.
We are the family of genius farmers. And as you said, you nailed it. We are planting the seeds of greatness together.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
exactly.
we are nurturing, we are getting our hands dirty. We are not saying no to anything, but everything else. We are saying yes to ourselves, because that's a moral duty. You can't blame anyone. You can't expect anyone to create a better life for you or deliver this or deliver that. The truth is that life is not about finding yourself. It's not even about creating yourself. Life is about delivering yourself, because the world is not perfect. It's not. And yes, there are a million reasons for 7.4 billion people to say, no, it's not perfect, it's not good enough, it's not. And you know what? It's a big puzzle. It's a big puzzle. And each one of us is a piece. And it's a choice. It's an absolute choice for each one of us to make. And it's a very personal choice to be the missing piece or turn yourself into the masterpiece. And you, Steve, you are the masterpiece.
Thank you. I mean, what you just said is spot on, because, you know, there's so much I think there's so much negativity in the world, and that gives people an excuse to not realize their true potential. I think people give themselves, you know, what am I trying to say is, I think people expect an easy life. But for me, there's no such thing as an easy life, because you'll always be moving forward. You'll always be, my biggest fear is if I just end up doing nothing and sitting at home and just being really stagnant. That is like one of my biggest fears in life, because I do not want that to happen. And because of that, I know it will not happen. So technically it shouldn't even be a fear, but it's quite a good propelling force, because I know. But you'll probably like this as well, because I was at an event the other week, actually this weekend, and one of the speakers said that nobody gets to see you practicing, and that's, you know, that's the time we put in that isn't seen. For example, you know, all the promotion that you do for Radio Works when you're getting up at 6 a.m. and things like that, that goes unseen. And I'm the same. I work till 2, 3 a.m. every night. Every night I work till like 2, 3 a.m. working on my dreams and working on where I want to go, because I'm passionate about it. And once you're passionate about it, it doesn't feel like work. I don't know if you agree with that, but
totally agree. When, you know, they're saying, what kind of job is this? You have all this, you are always on, what are you on? And I give me some, you know, but the truth is that I have a divine job. My job is not just a job, it's the divine job that I take responsibility for. And I believe that each one of us have something, a gene in their DNA called success. And I really, really, really believe that success is your birthright. Yeah. It's not something you could pass on. It's not something you could hide. It's not something you are even allowed to turn it upside down and say, oh, I'm a failure, because failure doesn't exist. There is no thing like failure. I will try to understand the word failure in 1,000 different ways, and each time, absolutely every single time, I came to the same conclusion, that failure doesn't exist.
Exactly. you know, if you feel like you've failed, you haven't failed. You just, you know, who's I can't remember the it's completely gone out of my head now, but the guy that invented the light bulb, I can't remember what his name is.
Edison. Yes, he was.
He said he didn't fail. He just tried 1,000 times or something like that.
He discovered 10,000 different
ways of how not to do it.
Yes, exactly. But
and that,
you know, Stephen, I think that truly all this narrative our listeners might have, because I used to have this, about, I'm not good enough, I'm too old, I'm not too young, I'm not, you know, smart enough. And it is all something they choose.
Yeah, exactly.
When you create that talk to yourself, because obviously you have to talk to yourself, you have to be dead honest, and you have to decide what is that you want in this lifetime. You know, Zig Ziglar, he said amazing things, and one of the most famous quotes is that you serve the world and the world will pay you for your service. But that's a misleading interpretation of success, because actually the world cannot pay you back unless you tell the world what is that you want, what is that you are about, what is that you yourself want to deliver, because you've been created. Now is a choice for you to deliver yourself into a world which is not perfect, is far from perfect, but is that way simply because you are the missing piece. So our listeners, they like myself, like yourself, we all have choices all the time, and every single choice you make every single day, each other hour, is going to help you to grow into the person who can deliver your life purpose, into the person which is strong, into the person which is smart, into the person which is hearted and all kindness, and could understand other people's needs and could help them to create better life choices. And it is, absolutely it is, about create and deliver value. If you only create, stay at home, watch Netflix. If you don't deliver, what are you waiting for? It's so simple.
It's about, for me, it's about taking action and not being selfish. You have to if you're giving, you're giving. The universe, as crazy as it sounds, the universe you will receive. You're giving this amazing value to listeners, and the amount that you receive back to make you carry on is probably crazy. That's how you've got to become global. And it's all, what am I trying to say? It's all, I love the fact that it truly does not matter about your background. It doesn't matter who you hang around with. It doesn't matter where you work. It doesn't matter what you're doing right now. Everything can change, because if you're hanging around negative people that are going to just bring you down, start changing who you hang around with. If you're stuck in a job that you hate, start putting steps in place to either change your view on it, change your outlook on that job, or start putting steps in place to put you somewhere which you love. It's all in our own control. That's why it's self-control, because we control it. It's like self-belief. We believe it. It's all these things that we put on ourselves that limit us. And as a coach, and as you've worked with coaches a lot, by the sounds of it, it's that connecting with these things, and it's like opening a box with loads of tissue paper in. You have to try and figure out what the limited belief is. But then once you uncrack it and you open it, you open that door, that's when that abundance, great word again, comes back in, which is just magic. And like I said earlier, like your passion of why you're doing this and the reason you're doing this is the reason you've gone global, and you're now just at like an unstoppable force. And I love seeing that, and the value that you give and the value that I get from it is priceless. And there's so many people in the world that want to give so much great value, and we are all unstoppable. When I know exactly where I want to be, and I know that I will get there because of the value that I'm giving, my energy, and it's like throwing a ball down the road. You can't stop it. I love it. I'm so passionate about what I do and why I do it, and I touched upon it earlier, the fact that it's just that clarity and that I'm so certain of what I'm doing now. That is for me 10 times more, 100 times better than anything I've done in the past. Anything. It doesn't matter any money I've made, money I've lost, nothing matters, because I know where I am now and where I want to go. And to be honest, I wouldn't be here now without things that have happened. You might not be here now. You might not be doing this radio show if you didn't retire at 51 and you weren't doing that job you were doing. It's all linked. Everything is linked.
So I so enjoy your vision, Stephen, and I think that the more you look into it and the more you decide to live with the end in mind, to be aware of what is possible for you and what that could change for your clients. Imagine is like the butterfly effect could go anywhere. And you mentioned, apart from this beautiful world which is abundance, and some people are afraid of it, but came out a couple of times, and I'm very, very excited about it. You also said the magic, the miracle. And you know what? Each one of us secretly is hoping for a miracle. And I've done that my life. All my life I was thinking, oh my God, I just need another whatever it is to reach the next stage, the next step, because I always believe in taking the next step, no matter what. Don't stop. Don't get stagnant. Make progress. Doesn't matter what it is. Make the next step. And that keeps everything flowing, your energy. Even when you give and you learn to receive, it's all part of this flow of energy. And yet, recently, just since I retired, I realized that the miracle I've been waiting for is I am the miracle. I am the miracle the way the world was waiting on. And people, I'm not a churchgoer, but I've been invited to speak in front of hundreds of people or thousands of people in a church. And they will keep saying, God is going to do this or that for me. And I stood there in front of them and I had to say this: God already created you. God is waiting on you. Stop waiting for anything, because you have to arrive. You have to land. You have to manifest yourself, and it is your time now. And there's no better time than now, exactly like you said, Stephen, because
there is no right time.
Absolutely. And your past is not your destiny. Who
cares? Love that. Your past is not your destiny. I love that.
What is important? Ask me, where do I go next? And I can talk for 3 days. So it's about what's next. Because I've been in that point where I retired. I had everything I always wanted to achieve and more. And by the social standards, I could say that I was very successful, and yet I did not feel that way. I felt that it's my time to go, to die. I had nothing inside. I was drained. I was lost. I was like thinking, nobody needs me anymore. I used to take 150 calls a day, and that kept me going. And then suddenly, just a beautiful house, just beautiful family, but they are busy and nothing else. Then I realized that I have to erase everything I learned in school, university, during my business years. Erase everything and learn everything from scratch. Reinvent myself.
Exactly. But you wouldn't be. I mean, you've used the tools of your life, or everything that you've learned to reinvent yourself in this amazing way.
It's true, because you see, there is no losing in life. It's only winning or learning. And yes, at some point you got too much learning and you are thinking, oh, another lesson. But you know what? It's not happening to you. It's happening for you.
Yeah. And I could, because of the work, the business I'm in with coaching and personal development, I meet lots of people that will, they go to all the events, they read all the books, and they watch all the YouTube videos. But they could be I met people that have been doing that for 2-3 years, and it's like they're getting all this information, they're learning, but they're not taking the action to actually make it happen.
But you see why? But you see why? Because you perhaps heard this many, many times. People are saying a lot those days, oh, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. Yeah. But actually they are just saying that. They don't feel it. Yeah. So it's exactly the same. For you to sit on a chair and take notes forever, for the rest of your life, that means that you don't believe in yourself. You have to unleash your inner teacher. You have to face the reality, whatever it is, and accept yourself and be proud for who you are and be happy to share that you are growing. You are growing from that.
Don't be afraid.
Exactly. That seed somebody gave you during a seminar or from a book or just friends is just the beginning. And people are saying, I'm going to write a book, and they all about the book, and then the book is published, nothing happens. Because the book is only the birth certificate of your big idea. It's nothing else. It's up to you to make it happen. And the way people don't really understand themselves is the way they don't understand their true worth. They think they are not worth enough to charge for their services. They feel that making the difference is all about making the difference at their own expense, where the truth is when your client or your audience is not paying for your time, for your knowledge, for your guidance, means they don't value you. That's so unless you take that step forward and charge for your services and show your true worth.
Don't be afraid.
You cannot ask your clients to learn from you their worth, because all there is nothing new under the sun. Everything has been written, spoke about, analyzed, synthesized. Everything is out there already. But what makes the difference for you as a person, as a coach, as a teacher, as a leader, is when you charge for your services and you make the difference, and the fortune is the only way.
Exactly. And it's, as a coach, with a coaching client, it's not to do with it. It's not about me. It's about them. It's not about me advising anything. It's not about me saying you should do this, you should do that. It's about them going on they're in like a self-discovery mode, because nobody knows exactly how you think, how you if you go to a seminar is a good example. Every single person, that audience, will leave with a completely different experience, but it's all the same value has been given, but people have interpreted it, and every single person will interpret it and experience it in different ways. And that's what's amazing, because we have all this information that's given to us and we can go and get and we can do, but the only person that can actually do something with it in a way that will work for you is yourself. I can't force you to do it.
That's, Steven, you just nailed it. You just said it. The reason I do not organize events, I'm doing this long webinars, I never get tired. I'm passionate about, and I love my main passion, my true passion is to broadcast your passion. It's simply because you come and teach on air, and if somebody will take the time to listen to every single show, they will never go to another seminar. They don't need it. They will start their own. The only type of event I organize for that reason, I made this agreement with myself, and I'm very comfortable and very happy with the amount of effort I put in, because it doesn't feel like effort. And it's simply sharing all the time, because I'm not teaching, I'm just sharing everything I discover all the time. And today I discover a lot more because of you, for example. And organizing only red carpet events where I celebrate everybody who is coming.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
give them the experience, because you said it before, that doesn't matter who you know, what you know, who knows you. What is important, how you feel inside.
Yeah.
And that experience of being celebrated, of being acknowledged, of being awarded, it's very rare. One of my clients recently said to me, she made me cry actually. She said to me, you know, I'm 64 and I never been awarded anything.
Wow. Wow.
And she's an absolute star. She's the type of person that I feel so humble. Each time she speaks, I'm thinking, oh my God, let me take more notes. And she's never been awarded anything. What type of society do we live on? I think it's time to change it. And I know you have an event tomorrow. And I urge our listeners, please go now to Steve's page and go to our page. We are going to list the link to the event and go there.
And it's free.
Join this greatness that is about to implode. It's contagious. You have to be there. You really have to be there. So tell us, where is going to be, Stephen?
Where? So it's in London in the Royal Festival Hall. Me and 3 other speakers talking all about empowering you, and it's actually quite similar to this. It's all about empowering you for success. It's all about giving you the tools and the vision of ensuring that you guys have a successful life. And it's completely free, because I know that the people that truly want to have a successful life will reach out to one of myself or one of the other speakers, and that's how you would, you've got to put yourself out there. Like we were saying just a couple of minutes ago, you're not going to get that miracle, get that light bulb moment if you're just going to be sitting on the couch all day. It doesn't happen like that. You have to go out there. You have to put yourself in these situations, because if you come to this event tomorrow and you just don't know who you will meet, you don't know what you might hear. I'm going to be speaking about different things. At every event I speak about different things, because I'm not one of these people that will have a big PowerPoint presentation. I feed off the audience, because I want to get them as much value as possible. If I'm just stood at the front on the stage reading a PowerPoint presentation, then I might as well not be there, because anyone can read a PowerPoint presentation, but not everyone can just feed off audience and get that connection. Once you're connected with an audience, you're going to get so much value out, because you're going to be giving and they're going to just be blown away. If one person leaves the event tomorrow with some sort of value, then it's been a success. That's hands down.
Are you kidding me, Stephen? It's priceless. What you teach is absolutely priceless. And to our listeners, learn to say no to everything else but yourself. Say yes to yourself. Make yourself available to greatness, because that greatness you hold inside was given to you. Not to hold back, not to hide it, not to be the best kept secret, but to become your true self and understand your true worth. From both of us, until next time, and I'm certain it's going to be a next time, from both of us, be great.
Be great. Be you. Be you.
Be you.
That's it.